The FEMA folks are here to help, and they are executing their job the way we, the people, expect them to do it.
3rd District Congressman Steve Womack speaking today at the FEMA news conference as FEMA visits parts of 5 countries to assess damage. We'll have more on that news conference coming up in just a few minutes.
And more outside help is coming in. We'll share who they are and where they're going to be heading to help Benton County bounce back.
And we'll also have updates on power outages across the area as more than 20,000 customers still without power in Benton County right now. And that's where we start this evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Darren Bobb.
And I'm Alexandra Burnley. Thousands of residents in Northwest Arkansas still don't have power following Sunday's tornadoes.
5 News reporter Jacob Luthi is live in Rogers now with an update on when people can expect that power to come back on. Jacob?
Guys, I'm here at the Frisco Station Mall in Rogers, right off of Dixieland and Walnut Streets. And if you take a look behind me, this has been a very, very busy place the past few days. It has been a command center of sorts for crews looking to restore power lines. They're able to come rest, resupply, and then get redeployed out to their next location. They have been working nonstop since Sunday. Southwest Electric Company says that at one point, 19,000 SWEPCO customers were without power. That number is now down to around 10,000 as of Wednesday afternoon. They add that for SWEPCO customers, if weather permitting, they are looking at estimated restoration times for those in Montanay and west of US Highway 71B for 10 p.m. Sunday, June 2nd. She adds everyone else is in the heavily affected areas of Rogers. They are looking at estimated times of 10 p.m. Friday, May 31st. For Carroll Electric, from a Carroll Electric press release Wednesday morning, they say around 10,000 of its customers as well are still without power. Some Rogers residents telling me that the past few days have not been easy, but they are happy to just be okay.
We had a few branches come down and one hit just a little edge of our house. And I drove around on Sunday trying to get to my daughter's house. And when I saw what had happened to everybody, it was like, this is nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so if it's just electricity I'm without, so be it. You know, they're doing the best they can.
Now, Michelle Marcotte, a spokesperson for SWEPCO, tells me that they have around 700 utility workers in Northwest Arkansas. They come from different states. They're working almost 16-hour days trying to get power back to this community. And she also wants to remind people that if you see a down power line, be cautious and report it to your local authorities. In Rogers, covering news where you live, Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
All right, Jacob, thanks. You can see behind him clouds. This is a live look now from Fort Smith, east side of Fort Smith from Mercy Hospital. More clouds, and Scott, in some locations, we are seeing some rainfall.
Some rain and even some occasional rumbles of thunder. Bless you, Alexandra. There's some allergies, there's some pollen out there in the air. Area-wide, you notice most of the coverage is pretty scattered in nature. Had a couple of thunderstorms near Decatur, one of the hardest hit areas. You just hate to see it, dumping some heavy rain, even at times maybe some small hail. Got a couple of thunderstorms in southeastern Benton County, into parts of Madison County as well. Not severe, but 40-mile-per-hour winds, even some penny-size hail can't be ruled out. Light to moderate rainfall continues in the River Valley, not far from where we were just looking outside there from the Mercy camera in Fort Smith. Lavaca, Barling, Chaffee saw some rain. Charleston, north side of town, you're probably seeing some light showers out there right now. Better rain chances over the next couple of days. You're probably going to need the umbrella. I'll tell you when here in just minutes.
Thanks, Scott. FEMA leaders say the presidential disaster declaration for Arkansas is on the way, and FEMA teams are in Rogers right now assessing damaged homes and businesses. 5 News reporter Rachel Williams is live in a neighborhood near downtown Rogers that was heavily affected by the tornadoes. Rachel.
Hey guys, at the press conference today, it was confirmed that the state will request a federal disaster declaration. Now, I want you guys to take a look at the scene behind me. You can see that this house has one of the most severe damage on the street to where they had to wait for a crane to come remove the tree from the house. And I even got to speak with the property owner of the house, Byron Copeland, and he actually owns the majority of houses on this block. And he says he can't wait on insurance to step in because his tenants don't have a place to stay or electricity. Copeland says he's having to place them in vacant properties until there's a solution, but he hopes FEMA can help.
It's definitely reassuring. I think the community deserves it, so hopefully it actually happens. And a lot of people want something to happen now, but you have to explain it. And nothing's instant, you know, and this cleanup's not going to be something that happens in a week, so we're in it for the long haul.
For more information on how to get assistance or to watch the full press release, you can head to our website, 5newsonline.com. But for now, I'm live in Rogers covering news where you live. Rachel Williams, 5 News.
All right, Rachel, thanks. New at 5, how Rogers is recovering and how local businesses in the area are coping with loss after severe blows from Sunday's tornado. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis now live there with more about that. Kayla?
That's right. So we've been here. The first time that I was in Rogers was on Sunday when the storm originally first hit, and I can say there's been significant improvements since then. For one, the stoplights are now working, and a lot of the trees on the main road have been picked up, but that's not the case for everywhere. You can see right here, we're on Poplar Street, and there's so much damage. These humongous trees that have fallen on the power line, this local business that's right behind me that's been damaged, and this is what a lot of the streets that are off of the main road look like, which is 8th Street. And another local business that's over by 2nd Street that's been an entertainment hub for many residents over the last couple of years, well, they've had to make a tough call. Like many businesses around Northwest Arkansas hit by the tornado, Ozark Axe House's roof and interior are too damaged to safely open to the public. For owner Patrick Stewart, who also works as a police officer, helping several residents get to safety early Sunday morning, it wasn't until hours after the storm hit that he was able to see the damage to his business.
It's just overwhelming. It's everywhere. It's something that, you know, we've always been really fortunate that it's always missed us, and now it's spread over throughout the whole county, and everyone's been devastated by it.
And Tuesday night, the house saw its very last axe throw.
Our building's going to be condemned and knocked down, so there's nothing that's going to be able to be done. The walls are all structurally not safe. You know, it's 5.5 years of a lot of hours put into it, and now it's, you know, down to nothing.
Patrick says he lost about $30,000 worth of inventory. As for All Things Kindred, a botanical and bridal floral shop just down the road, Nick Daniels and his wife Samantha also tell me they lost everything. Nick was in Indianapolis when the storm hit, away from Samantha and their young daughter.
Haven't totally had time to process. My wife hasn't had any time.
Daniels says he rushed back to Rogers after he got the call from his wife saying their shop was destroyed. But through all their own grief, the Daniels are still helping others to make sure they have their big day without a hitch.
Still have to do flowers. We actually are doing flowers for 4 weddings this weekend, and we don't have a room to do them in.
But that dedication to others is returned right back to the Daniels.
The neighbors in the community have just been awesome. Like I have friends here. Our employee brought friends that she has too, and yeah, we've had so many different people reach out. That alone saved me like weeks of yard work.
Ozark Axe House says their employees are now out of work and could use the help. They're accepting donations from their tip Venmo that will be evenly distributed by all 6 employees. Live in Rogers, covering news where you live, Kayla Davis, 5 News.
A lot of amazing stories of people helping each other. Thank you for that, Kayla. An international disaster relief organization has arrived in Rogers to help homeowners with cleanup. Samaritan's Purse is helping property owners for free, tarping roofs, taking chainsaws to down trees, and hauling away all that debris. Regina Crane of Rogers says she's thankful for their help as they removed her giant 100-year-old trees from her property.
If ever there was an answered prayer, it's these wonderful people, because they, as you can, they've taken off quite an endeavor. And, you know, no matter how much I apologize to them for all this mess, you know, I couldn't have done it without them.
Well, if you need some help, you can call Samaritan's Purse at the number at the bottom of your screen right there. It's 833-747-1234. Meanwhile, we're continuing to hear incredible stories of survival.
Yeah, tonight a man tells us he was house sitting for friends in Decatur as one of the tornadoes hit their home.
Meteorologist Stephen Elmore is live in Decatur after talking with him today. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, Alexandra. Yeah, Mikhail Delati was pet sitting for close friends who were out of town when tornado warnings were issued in Benton County. This is where he was house sitting, and this is what's left behind. This is when he loaded up all the animals and drove up the road, escaping the home and moving away from larger trees. When he looks back at the damage now, he recalls just how close of a call it was.
I could have died, and all those dogs could have died too. And I wouldn't expect to see just rocks like foundation. I was expecting maybe see a tree or two on the house or branches, but that was very mortifying, I'd say.
Mikhail tells me that him and the animals were able to escape without even a scratch. And on the way, he also helped save two of their neighbors right nearby. We'll have that story coming up on your 5 News at 6. For right now, we're live in Decatur. 5 News meteorologist Stephen Elmore.